Welcome back, everybody, to the Baltimore Orioles franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Today, we're going to wrap up the month of August, enter September, the final month of the regular season, with our Orioles right in the mix of a very tight AAL playoff run. We're currently 73-52, half a game behind the red-hot Toronto Blue Jays, who have won 9 of 10 to overtake us for first place in the AL East, with the Red Sox and Yankees both still in the playoff race as well. In the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins and Detroit Tigers are right in the mix, and then in the West, the Astros and Angels are tied. So that's pretty much 8 teams. I don't know if you count the Yankees, but I would say 7 teams in there really right in the mix, all within a few games of each other. And the NL is fairly similar, but the Dodgers just happen to be way better than everybody. But with the Braves, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Brewers, Mets, and Giants all in the mix as well, we've got a really fun final month of the year in both leagues. Not a whole lot to talk about with the team because we don't really need to make any moves at this point. Obviously, the trade deadline passed. September call-ups we will go over later in today's episode where we need 28 players on the active roster, so we will add a few players from the minor leagues. But for the most part, I think the team is in a good spot. We do have a couple players who are a little bit cold. Heston Kjerstad is finally starting to cool off after about 2.5 months, although he is still raking. Xavier Edwards hasn't played well since he got called up. But other than that, I guess Amir Garrett's kind of struggled. He's allowed 8 runs since we acquired him during the trade deadline, and he only allowed 3 runs in the first 4 months of the year with the Reds. So I guess that trade has kind of backfired a little bit so far. So let's get into this game here against the Atlanta Braves. We won Game 1 of the series. Julian Starnes has won like 7 games in the month of August, which is just crazy. But I wanted to pick this second game. First off, why did Randal Grichuk get the loss? What is that about? Okay, as I was trying to say, the reason why I picked the second game was obviously because A, the pitching matchup is really great with German Marquez and Mike Soroka, but also this is a National League park, which means pitchers hit. There are not many better pitchers with the bat than German Marquez, so I figured that'd be pretty fun to get an opportunity to hit with him. Regular starters for the most part for Baltimore, no Max Muncy today. They had to replace somebody because it is a National League park, no DH. So here is Mike Soroka, who has pitched like an ace, which obviously he is expected to be for Atlanta. Just a sub-3 ERA with a whip barely above 1. Been one of the best pitchers in the National League this year. Really playing some good ball. Xavier Bowman hitting leadoff today. Does not have a home run in his Major League career, but he's been really solid, hitting .323. Should have been a base hit, but Eugenio Suarez makes an incredible diving defensive play to get the first out of the inning. Let's go top 2. Game remains tied at 0. Nick Castellanos up the middle just a little for a base hit. I don't feel like we've given Castellanos enough credit. He has been a legitimate AL MVP candidate. We haven't really talked about him a ton in depth because he's done exactly what we've expected him to do. But he's played remarkable baseball, and I feel like we do need to give him some more credit. Shed Long also up the middle for a hit. So the Orioles start the inning with a pair of base runners and nobody out, and a really nice opportunity to get on the board first, as that'll bring up Heston Kjerstad, who I said has cooled off, and sure enough, he launches a 3-run bomb and a right. No doubter for Heston Kjerstad, and the Baltimore Orioles will strike first as it is a 3-0 lead. Kjerstad with his 20th home run of the season. Big hit there for the Orioles. Couple batters later, it's the pitcher, German Marquez, up with 2 away. He actually hits this one pretty nicely. Deep into center field. That ball is gone! The pitcher, German Marquez, just hit a home run to make it a 4-0 ball game. Who doesn't love pitchers who rake? German Marquez just went deep to extend Baltimore's lead. That is Marquez's 3rd home run of his career, first as an Oriole, and as good as he's pitched so far this year, that's got to be one of his best moments of the season, hitting a home run in a big-time game against a big-time pitcher in Mike Soroka. Not only is Marquez one of the best hitting pitchers in baseball, he's one of the best pitching pitchers in baseball with how good he's been on the mound this year, facing off against Ronald Acuna Jr. to lead off the second, as that one gets by Shed Long for a hit into center. Xavier Bowman baits Acuna into going into second, and that decision backfires. Xavier Bowman, part-time ball player, full-time sniper. As good as Bowman's been offensively, his highlight plays in the field have been even better. Throwing out Acuna there, obviously robbed a home run in his debut. One of the 3rd inning, another diving play at the hot corner from Eugenio Suarez to get out the red-hot Carmen Sixto, who will go to the bottom of the third. Christian Pache up, big swing and a miss on the changeup. German Marquez is dominating right now, not just at the plate, but also on the mound, where he has been flawless in this game. Now facing off against the catcher, William Contreras. This is the younger brother of Wilson Contreras, who now plays for the Colorado Rockies, who draws a walk. Soroka tries to lay down the sacrifice bunt. Sixto picks it up over to Miller. Back to first, and the Orioles turn the double play. A 3-6-1 double play by the Baltimore defense to get out of the third. Now we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still a 4-0 game. Ozzie Albies leading it off. Throws it to third, and that one goes way over the glove of Sixto. An error against Nick Castellanos, just his second game this year at third base, where he started his major league career in Detroit, has transitioned to the outfield because his arm, as you could tell there, is not very good. Dansby Swanson draws a walk. That'll now bring up Freddie Freeman. Grounds this one into left. That will score a run. It will not be an earned run against Marquez. That was actually a really good throw. That's Louis St. John out there in left, who we know does not have a very good arm. I know that throw wasn't in time, but damn, I'm impressed. Ronald Acuna now, still nobody out. Into the left center gap. That'll drop for extra bases. Can LSJ have another great throw? Well, he gets it to the cutoff man, so I guess it wasn't a bad throw. Number one scores. It's now 4-2, and the Braves offense has finally figured it out. Marcell Ozuna, big swing and a miss. He can't hit baseballs, but he can hit... Okay, I'm not going to make the joke. I'm sorry. That was out of pocket. After the Ozuna strikeout, the officials are going to talk with manager Carlos Feebles. This game's going into a 30-minute rain delay. I think this is good news for the Orioles because it really kills off some of Atlanta's momentum as Eugenio Suarez hits this one into center. Bowman should get under it, but it looks like another run will score. Acuna tags up to third. But that rain delay, as I said, I think it's going to stop Atlanta's momentum because they were red hot before that. So that's a blessing in disguise, in my opinion, for the Orioles. 4-3 now. Christian Pache hits it into left, and we are tied at 4. And remember, most of this is not really German Marquez's fault. Now, he has not pitched a great fourth inning, but had it not been for the error by Castellanos, I think things would look a lot different. Contreras grounds this one to third. Castellanos will make the play in time, and that will end German Marquez's day. Only one earned run, although 4 do score, but with the rain delay, his arm might be a little bit rusty, plus that inning was a little bit rough. The Orioles are going to take him out prematurely. They did not let Marquez hit in the 5th inning. They took him out for a pinch hitter, so Marquez only gets one at-bat today, a home run. Mike Soroka is dominating right now. He fools Xavier Bowman on the slider. It's been a rough day offensively for Bowman, who's 0 for 3. Carmen Sixto now with 2 away. Launches this one into left center. That baby is out of here, and the Orioles are right back on top. Right when I was gassing Mike Soroka up, Sixto goes deep for his 8th home run of the season. And that'll make it a 5-4 game as Colin Poche enters for the Orioles. Here in the bottom of the 5th, he's been Mr. Reliable out of the bullpen these past 3 seasons. Another player who we don't give enough credit to, but he's always just been so good. Orlando Arcia, the pinch hitter, will ground out. Good defensive play by Poche at the mound. Bottom 6 now, Amir Garrett is in, and so far, this has been a disappointing trade acquisition. I'm confident Garrett's going to get his stuff back going, but he's allowed 8 of his 11 runs in the past month with the Orioles since the trade. He does strike out Freddie Freeman, a little lefty-on-lefty crime. Freeman is the highest batting average in the National League against lefties. Freeman is second in the NL MVP race, only behind this man, Ronald Acuna, who also strikes out, courteous of the nasty Amir Garrett slider. Into the top of the 7th, that'll bring up Jalen Miller, a native of Atlanta, Georgia, returning home as he gets a base hit. I imagine a lot of family and friends at this game, so it is good to see him making a nice play. 2-1, nobody out, an opportunity for the Orioles to really pad this lead as they bring in the pinch hitter, Max Muncy, who has an opportunity to do some real damage. And damage he will do. Muncy clubs this one into right. See you later. 3-run shot for Muncy. His 17th of the year off of Kyle Wright, and that'll make it an 8-4 game. Trey Riley now in for the Braves as there is a runner on, 2 away for Nick Castellanos. Hits that one to third. Can Eugenio Suarez get another ridiculous defensive play? Not quite. Suarez is looking like a gold glove out there at third, but unable to make that throw in time. It will be ruled as a base hit. It's now 2-1, 2 away here for Shed Lawn. And he's going to shop this one into the gap out and right. It will be caught. So Atlanta gets out of the inning, but they do let 3 score, courteous of a big home run by Max Muncy. Julian Starnes in here in the bottom of the 7th. I'm pretty sure he started the month of August off 1-1. Now he is 8-1. Good stuff. His inning would be a success as this one is flown into center. Xavier Bowman makes the play. Good inning for Starnes. Baltimore 2 innings away from finishing this one off. Hopefully no funny business. Orioles try to get the sweep. A.J. Minter in the top of the 8th. He has had a pretty good season for the Braves, and he looks like a caveman for what it's worth. As Heston Kjerstad, who hit a home run back in the 2nd inning, leads things off, gets his 2nd hit of the game. That one into center. Kjerstad rounding first, headed to second. The throw from Acuna is in time. So Ronald Acuna got thrown out today trying to leg a single into a double, and he throws out Heston Kjerstad trying to do the same thing. Now Jalen Miller is up trying to get another base hit. He does not. Big swing and a miss. Good inning for Minter. We go to the bottom of the 8th, where Atlanta's going to need to start really pushing towards a comeback. Baltimore's bullpen has been shut down today. Travis Lakin's going to try to keep it going as Dansby Swanson singles into center. First base hit by the Braves today off of one of the Orioles relievers. Remarkable. Baltimore's bullpen has just been that good in this game, but sure enough, they're going to waste their opportunity with a runner on. Freddie Freeman ground into a fielder's choice. Should have been a double play, but Sixto bobbled it. Miller did not make a throw at short. Doesn't matter, though. Ronald Acuna strikes out. Good inning of work from Lakins, and now we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, where Jordan Hicks will try to finish it off. Hicks has had a strong month of August. His ERA has gone down quite a bit as this one is flown into center, and Xavier Bowman makes the play. The Orioles win it. Final score 8-4. A great showing here by the O's. The pitching was dominant for 8 out of the 9 innings. And the offense was pretty good, propelled by a pair of 3-run shots by Kjerstad and Muncy. And of course, the home run by German Marquez. Who doesn't love pitchers who rake? Marquez has more home runs this season than Ivan Cortez Jr., by the way. Actually, that might be wrong. I think Cortez hit his first career home run in the month of August. So good for him. He finally did it after like a year and a half. The Braves hit the ball well in like 1 inning. Their offense really was not that good. Freeman and Acuna had multi-hit games, but overall, their offense just wasn't really sustainable. They just had a nice stretch in that 1 inning. So we're going to simulate the next 2 games against the Yankees, bring us to the start of September. We lose both games, so that's not great. It feels like the Yankees have our number for the most part. We usually kind of struggle against them. But that brings us into September. We have 26 players on our Major League roster, and we need 28. So that means we will be able to call 2 players up from the minor leagues. We have a lot of good minor leaguers in the system. But we're actually going to call 3 players up because Xavier Edwards needs to go back down. He has just not played well. He is not ready, I guess. He'll get another opportunity in spring training next year. I could call up Marco Luciano, but he has not picked up his play in AAA, so he's going to stay down. The 3 players we're going to call up are Sir Anthony Dominguez. He has played well in AAA this year. He's earned an opportunity to come back up. Christian Robinson, since being demoted, has played a lot better, so he'll come back up. And then Shane Kovaleski, our number 3 overall pick from last year's draft. He will be making his Major League debut today. Kovaleski has had a strong season in AAA, was the MVP of the Futures game in which he hit, I believe, 2 home runs. He's ready for this opportunity. So Dominguez will be inserted into the bullpen. Christian Robinson will be a bench bat, and Shane Kovaleski will start against lefties over Max Muncy. I would have replaced Jalen Miller instead of Muncy, but we need someone to play short, and nobody else on this team except for Miller and Ivan Cortez Jr. can do that, and Cortez obviously is not a starter. I do want Kovaleski to play a reasonable bit, so for now he's only going to play against lefties. He'll probably be a full-time everyday player next season, assuming Max Muncy does not come back, and assuming Kovaleski plays fairly well here towards the end of this season and entering next year in spring training. Nice opportunity here for Kovaleski. The 20-year-old out of the University of Miami has an opportunity to get some Major League experience here in the final month of the season, making his debut against the 69 win. Nice New York Yankees. And Kovaleski also gets an opportunity to possibly try to make the playoff roster, assuming Baltimore gets in. Kovaleski will hit second today behind Xavier Bowman. Really fun to have all the first-round picks. Bowman, Kovaleski, and Louis St. John finally in the same lineup. Julio Urias, the lefty, is starting for the Yankees. This is a really fun opportunity for a lot of Baltimore's right-handed batters. Not only are they facing a lefty, but it is at Yankee Stadium. Xavier Bowman, for example, still does not have his first career home run, but if he's going to do it, today might be the day. Bowman again is robbed of a base hit, though. Phenomenal defensive play at second by DJ LeMahieu. The old man still has something left in the tank, clearly. So that'll bring up Shane Kovaleski, his first of many hopefully strong major league at-bats. The count is 1-2. Pitch for the big-time signing of the offseason, Urias. If this one is going to be flied into center, will be caught. Kovaleski hit that ball well, though. I guess you can't really get too mad. So 2 away now. The Yankees would finish off the inning easily as we go to the bottom half of the inning. John Means is on the mound. It's been an up-and-down season for Means. He's been in and out of the rotation. Was out for a month with a concussion. But with Max Meyer and Matthew Thompson being demoted to AAA, he's earned the opportunity to get back in the rotation. And as long as he pitches well this final month of the year, he will be in the playoff starting rotation. Not a great start to his day. DJ LeMahieu with an infield hit. Good hustle by Jalen Miller. And having a guy like Miller's range is needed at shortstop, considering nobody else of his roster really can. Although Miller did not make that play, nobody else would have been close to that ball. Speaking of not being close to the ball, Gleyber Torres just mashed this one into the seats, his 28th home run of the season, and the Yankees will take a 2-0 lead. That'll now bring up DJ Stewart with 2 away, and this one is crushed into right, and that one is gone. The former Oriole with his 22nd home run of the season. DJ Stewart has had a career year with the Reds and then the Yankees as he was traded back in July. A big piece for this Yankee lineup. Top 2, 3-0 ball game. Louis St. John with a big swing and a miss on the sweeping curve. That pitch was nasty. As I said about Xavier Bowman earlier, if Louis St. John is going to get a home run, today's the day against the lefty at Yankee Stadium. He was tailor-made to dominate at Yankee Stadium. This just seems like a place where he'd thrive. Heston Kjerstad draws a walk. The Orioles have gotten 3 walks today. No hits, but 3 walks. The discipline's been good. That brings up Jalen Miller. 2-1, 2 out, an opportunity to put Baltimore right back in this game. This one is hit high into the center, not all that deep. It will be caught. So Urias gets out of the jam. Nobody scores as it remains a 3-0 game. Let's move forward now to the bottom half of the inning. The Yankees going to try and extend their already strong lead. Miguel Andujar opens up the inning, hitting that one into left center for a hit. Andujar rounding first, headed to second. The throw from Bowman is off the mark. A double for the Yankees, who have just rocked John Means to start this game. The Yankees look like a team fighting for a playoff spot. Doesn't look like they'll score this inning. DJ LeMahieu flies this one towards the right field line. Shed Lawn will get to it. I don't know why Castellanos didn't call for it, but an out's an out, nonetheless. Remains 3-0 as we go to the third. Shane Kovaleski up with 1 away, trying to get that first major league hit, and he's going to do it. That one past the glove of the shortstop, Ordonez, for a single into left. The first of probably a lot of base hits for Shane Kovaleski. He's got such a bright future in this lineup. I am super high on what he'll be able to do. And although the Orioles have a lot of really big-name hitters in this farm system, I think the long-term big 3 is Kovaleski, Bowman, and St. John. Now that they're all up in the majors and all in the same lineup together, the sky's the limit. Carmen Sexto grounds this one to short. Yankees try to turn 2, and they do. So Kovaleski's base hit will not result in a run. That is 3 scoreless for Urias. Bottom third, Gleyber Torres goes down to the slider. Filthy pitch from John Means, his 3rd strikeout of the game. Seems like Means is starting to pitch a little bit better. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. Luke Voigt grounds this one into the left center gap. Going to just hold up at first. Does not want to test the strong arm of Xavier Bowman, one of the few good defending outfielders on this team. That'll bring up Giancarlo Stanton with 2 away. Hits this one in the right center gap. Luke Voigt was out on a fielder's choice, so there's a new base runner in for him. He scores. RBI double for Stanton, and the Yankees will make it a 4-0 game. Big hit for Stanton, his 25th double of the year, but it does not look like they're done. Clint Frazier singles into right. The throw from Castellanos to the plate is off the mark. Stanton scores, and the Yankees make it 5-0. This has not been a great game at all for the Orioles. John Means has really struggled. Miguel Andujar draws a walk, and the woes continue for Means. Can he get out of this inning? It's James McCann, the 3-2 swing and a miss. That'll end the inning for John Means. That'll likely end his day as well. 3 innings, 5 earned runs as we go to the 4th. Castellanos leading things off, trying to get Baltimore back in, and he hits this one high and deep into right field. That one is a fly out at most parks. Maybe not a Yankee Stadium, but it is caught. That one did go to the warning track, however, but DJ Stewart's able to make the play. That brings up Louis St. John now with 1 away, trying to avenge the shutout, and he does exactly that. LSJ, Louis St. John with a mammoth into right. Although Yankee Stadium is a hitter's-friendly park, I think that would have been a home run in most stadiums. 409 feet, St. John with his 31st home run of the season. That is second on the team, only behind Castellanos. Louis St. John's had a really strong month or so, really hitting the ball well. That brings up Shed Lawn. This one is also gone. Back-to-back homers for the Orioles. That one ends up in the second deck. Number 16 on the year for Shed Lawn. And now the Orioles offense is starting to get going. Back-to-back home runs. They nearly had 3 home runs in a row. Castellanos went to the warning track. In the bottom half of the inning, Adrian Marijon is in for the Orioles. Baltimore wants to get a few innings out of him as the long reliever, but his day doesn't start off too strong. Ordonez rips a single into right. Maybe it wasn't a John Means issue. Maybe everybody on the Yankees is just hitting the ball really well. LeMahieu grounds it to third. Baltimore going to try to turn 2, and they do. Good work by the Oriole defense to get a pair of outs there. It looks like Marijon should be able to get out of the inning fairly easily, or maybe not. Voit down the line and fair into right, his second hit of the game. New York now has 2 runners on, 2 outs. A huge opportunity for DJ Stewart, and he capitalizes into the gap. Out in right center, off the wall. 1 run scores, and it is now a 6-2 game. A double for DJ Stewart, and there's still 2 runners in scoring position for Giancarlo Stanton. That one looks like it'll drop into left. It does. St. John's dive is off the mark. Both runs score a double for Giancarlo Stanton, and the Yankees make it 8-2. They have scored 3 runs so far in this inning. I don't know if they're done. Okay, they are probably done. Frazier flies out to right. The plan was for Marijon to go multiple innings today, but I don't know if he's going to get past 1. Let's move on to the 5th inning now. An 8-2 game. The Yankees are dominating, but remember, New York was beating Baltimore 10-0 in a game this season, and the Orioles almost won. Xavier Bowman up. This one high, deep, left center. It's gone! Xavier Bowman has finally done it. His first Major League home run. It took just over a month, but he's been able to do it. I said earlier, if he's going to do it, Yankee Stadium against the left-handed pitcher. Great to see Xavier Bowman hit his first of hopefully many Major League home runs. He's not some power hitter, but I think in his prime he can hopefully hit 20 to 30 home runs per season. That'll bring up Shane Kovaleski now. I'm sure he'd love to get his first home run today. Lines it to third. Bounces off the third baseman's glove. I don't know how they got the out there, but they do. Kovaleski gets really unlucky. Nearly had his second base hit of the game. And then after that, the Yankees made an odd pitching change. That's really strange timing, but they do nonetheless. Luis Gil, as here is Shed Lawn with 2 away. Grounds this one for his second base hit of the game. Maybe not as climactic as his first one, but it still does the job nonetheless. That'll now bring up Adley Rutschman. We'll see if the Orioles can try to continue this rally down by 5. They nearly did double that earlier in the year, of course, when they were down 10-0, nearly won. As Rutschman singles into left, Stanton misplays it, but that doesn't really matter. Both runners stay aboard. A huge opportunity for Heston Kjerstad, who thrives with runners on base. But unfortunately, that will not be the case this time as he grounds it to second. LeMahieu makes the play. The Orioles do score 1. We do get to see Xavier Bowman's first Major League home run, but nothing more after that, and we will move to the bottom half of the inning where Adrian Marijon will be replaced by Alex Colomé. Runner on here for Giancarlo Stanton. This one is gone into right, and New York is back up by 7. Stanton looks like his prime self from Miami, and the Yankees are in a comfortable spot with 3 innings to go. Michael King is now in for New York. Baltimore needs pretty much a miracle at this point, and I suppose that'll help. Carmen Sixto with a double. As I've said the past few episodes, death, taxes, and Carmen Sixto hitting doubles. That's all this man does, and he does it at a damn high level. Castellanos now up. Rips that one down the third base line. What a play by Andujar. The throw to first is just not in time. Good hustle by Castellanos. So now the Orioles have a pair of runners in scoring position. A huge opportunity for Louis St. John, who hit a home run earlier today. Hits it nicely at short. Ordonez bobbles it, but he does make the play. These Yankee infielders have like stones for gloves, but they're still able to make these plays. Julian Starnes now in for the bottom half of the inning. Of course, has had a really nice August, trying to carry that into September. And, well, it's not a great start as he lets Gleyber Torres drive in a run off of a single, and it is now an 11-4 lead for New York. I don't think Baltimore is going to have that crazy comeback again. But hey, look at Shen Long. This one deep and a right. If it's fair, it's gone. And that one just went in like the 4th deck. Okay, then. Shen Long with a 445-foot nuke. His 2nd home run of the game. I get it's Yankee Stadium, but Hill, a quadruple-decker home run for someone who's like 5'7". Don't get to see that every day. I want to look at that replay. Just an absolute bomb from Shen Long. That'll make it a 6-run lead as we go to the 9th. Shane Kovaleski with a single into center. So Kovaleski goes 2 for 5 in his debut. Only singles, but I'm encouraged with what I've seen with Kovaleski swinging the bat. Fortunately, the Orioles will not make the comeback. Castellanos checks his swing, and that's how the game ends. An 11-5 win for the Yankees. Really just utter domination. The Orioles did not hit the ball horribly. They did hit for pretty good power. 4 home runs in this game. 12 hits. The offense was not the problem here. Home runs for Bowman, 2 for Long, and of course Xavier Bowman with the first of his career. But the pitching was just a disaster. Mean struggled, Marihone struggled, Colome struggled, Starnes didn't do all that well. Just not pretty. The Yankees lineup just completely dominated. 11 runs, 19 hits, homers for Stanton, Torres, and Stewart, and their pitching wasn't phenomenal, but it was good enough to get the job done. So we start the month of September getting swept by the New York Yankees. We're now 2.5 behind the Blue Jays, and with 1 month of the season to go, we need all hands on deck to ensure we get into the postseason. I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Peace out.